So this video became a bit long and I thought the original intro is a bit short, and I wanted to tell you why you should watch this if you want to build a gate. So if I watch YouTube, I always have the same questions like, what did you use, how much did it cost, how long did it take, and what did you learn? So what did it cost? 250 euros, all inclusive. This is new steel. I had the wood. This is one tree. I cut it myself, I planed it myself. You will see in the video. New steel. I think the best way to remove the mill scale, and you really have to do that when you weld, is with acid. I discovered that in this project. It's way easier than grinding, and if you're grinding, you're gonna make the steel thinner, and then it's harder to weld again. Don't use your fingers to check if something is too hot to touch. I think that's the #1 advice. Don't do that. Yeah, that's about it. So let's get going. So hi guys, I'm gonna build another fence. Not gate. This will be my 4th gate, so it will also be my last one, because cannot build gates forever, right? So I bought this from the scrapyard. It was very cheap. This is 3.5 millimeters thick and 190 long. And this will go into the concrete. I weld those on the pole, somewhere there, I don't know. Somewhere there. So yeah, that's my first target. The thing is, like, this is galvanized, so I have to grind this off. It's quite toxic if you weld it. And this is or just really good steel, or it's somehow treated with something. It's not galvanized, but maybe it's zinc coated, or I don't know what it is. But I'll also grind it off, and then I weld it. Like normally you put here bolts and they go into the stone, I guess, but you could also drill 4 holes and self-tapping bolts. But I'm not that convinced how strong that is. Like, this is 3 millimeters thick, and then it hangs on 4 small, not small, but 4 bolts. I could see the threads rip off if the gate is too heavy. So I'm just gonna weld it. And before I can do that, I have to find the center of the square, because this is an adjustable hinge. You can adjust it when the gate is already hanging, so you don't have to take the gate off. I think they should make every gate like this, but apparently it's not always like that. But so yeah, let's do that. Oh, and here I have the cap. It's just a piece of plastic. Was 2 euros, and just put it on the top, so you don't have the ugly end. I was thinking of just welding it, but this is much quicker, and this doesn't rust, and it tends to be the top of the pole, that the post, that rusts. So I got those. So let's get started. To find the center, I just draw a cross. Doesn't have to be ultra precise, but and then you can test it. The cross should be at 5 centimeters, because this is 10. So if that is 5, then we find the middle. and this is, how long is this? This is shorter. So it's not 10 by 10, it's more like, it's only 10 if you include like the corners, the sides. So yeah, then it's fine. So step 1 is to drill this out. This is 20 centimeters. I think it's an, what would it be? M12, M14 bolt? I don't know. So, because if I don't drill a hole here, I cannot use the adjusting because it sticks out. So it goes in, so that's going to be step 1. Found already a drill bit, not sure how sharp it is, but I like to try, see if it doesn't work, I will sharpen it. So let's start drilling. Still on hammer. So the first hole is done. I like to just stand on it. I can put more force on the drill bit. Maybe it looks weird, but really, whatever. So this is 1 centimeter. And I now need to start drilling bigger. This size. We'll see. Probably my drill head will give problems because it's achievable. Chinese shit. And repeat. It's not very sharp. Okay, I have to sharpen it. I'll be back. Second attempt. Ooh, emerald bits. I like to block the hand thing with my knee. Gives more leverage. Okay, I suck. I'm not good at sharpening. Yeah, I already know why. The angle is like too much in, just to stick out a bit. Let's try again. Attempt 3. Ooh. Not so convinced about this time, but we'll see. It is grabbing, so that's good. I think one side is grabbing more than the other. Like one side of the cutting surface than the other side. Kurwa. So it's not perfect, the drill bit at least, but I got the hole, so. And it's not that I drill a hole every day, so it doesn't have to be super efficient. Oh, it's not bad. Acceptable, a second. Let me see if I can get you closer. A random time lapse because I push buttons on the camera. So that's better. Now my plan is to make 4 little tack welds before I finish the whole gate. I want to be sure that it's all okay, and if I completely weld it and I have to take it off, I don't think I have to take it off, but easy to make a mistake. Yeah. So let's start welding. So I'm gonna weld with a positive electrode, 2.5 millimeters on 100 amps, and arc force on 2 blocks, whatever it is. The box says 60 to 90 amps, but I don't know why, but I always need way more amps than the box says. So let's get going. If anyone sees that brush with the red handle, please let me know in the comment section. I cannot find it anymore. Should be fine. Like, they're really small tacks and it's all good. So what I'm gonna do off camera, because it's not so interesting, gonna fill some holes because it's secondhand stuff, and then we have to wait till the actual steel arrives from the shop, because the gate itself is all new steel, and I'm waiting. So the steel arrived. Oh, pretty. It's already mostly cut to length, because I could only order 2 meters, 1.5 or 1 meter. So I just made the fence 2 meters wide, 1.5 meter high. So that's all cut. I only have to do the angles. Nice, pretty. Where did you guys go? Keep looking. I do like the plastic. $150. 140. Step 1, dirty hands, always. So I'm gonna wash them. Just a little bit house soap, that's first step 1. Then I cut it all. Then phosphoric acid to get the scale off. And then welding. No, first welding, then I do phosphoric acid to get the scale off, and then directly have to paint it. So that's the plan. And it won't rust because it's like one time and it's actually quite dry today. It's not that this stays so wet for a week or something. So, next step, cutting. We are going there. And because this is a chop saw, it's never super precise. I like to first cut one with wood. And then I can see if it's actually 90 degrees. I could do it with an angle grinder, but then with an angle grinder, like this angle is fine, but this angle is always a little bit harder. So then you're also wrong. And with this one, the vertical angle is always correct, but the blade likes to bend always a tiny bit. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's better. So let's see. I always forget how to use them. Ah, here. Okay, that's darn close. So you know I tried. I still have a gap, a reasonable gap even. Oh. But it's okay. I tried. I'm gonna weld it now on 2 spots, and then I've tried to flip it, weld all the corners, and then I go again over the whole thing, but then I weld it fully. And yeah, so it's gonna take a while. I will show you the first corner, and then it will become a time lapse. That's a bit more fun, I think. I don't know, I think I shouldn't push so much with the chop saw. Or chop saws just suck in corners. In cutting corners, like only straight, they are good. Straight they are always good, but if you make a corner, then I don't know. So that's 35 amps, 2 millimeters, and the stock, the tube is 2 millimeters too. So aligning it is quite tough because I don't have a table. I think the grass was even better than this system. Failing is also nice, nice for video, right? Fuck. this straight. So maybe I should clamp that side also, because now I could be welding in like a twist in it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, let's do that. Be right back. I don't know if you see that. Yeah, you could see that. So now everything is in one line. And yeah, let's try. Even though like I measured 100 times, I'm like 2 millimeters off, so I don't know. But I can just I can bridge that gap. It's not a disaster, so it's just more work, you know. If I had the tool that would cut exactly perfect, pretty, without because I'm cutting with a diamond disc, and the diamond disc is not. It's not cutting that pretty, actually. I thought it would be better. It's like it more pushes the steel away than that it cuts it. Like it pushes it away and then it becomes like a really sharp edge, instead of that it just cuts it away. So maybe I go back to the old black discs, or I get those fancy steel cutting shit, like those slower turning blades with, I don't know, some special teeth. So yeah, let's weld. Less talking. I look like a failed woodworker. I fucked up. When I carried the welding machine, apparently I turned the button and I suddenly went to 70 amps. Now I have a little hole. It will be fine, but you know. So the frame is roughly done, and now I want to weld the bottom hinge. So I'm gonna have like the same distance here as there, just because I think it's pretty, and the post will be the same height as the fence. I was thinking about not doing that, but I sort of like it, so why not? So yeah, here I have to, so I measured it, I made here the scratch line. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it here. So now I have to drill a hole here, otherwise the bolt again cannot fit there, and then I can weld it all pretty. And after that I'm gonna make the second frame, put it next to it, and then I want to make planks like with a natural edge that flow into the next door. So this will be the left door, and the next one will be the right one, and like the tree will be then 4 meters long, so 2 meters in this panel and then 2 meters in the next panel. And then I think that will look really nice for an entrance gate. So that's the plan. We'll see what happens. So halfway welding, like I thought I touched the regulator, but I did not. And it was just the first sign of that this machine is breaking. And if I now screw it to 320 amps, what it could never reach ever, but it could reach 160 amps, so I don't know, somehow it's half amps, or I don't know what it means. But now, if I screw it full, it's only 60 amps. And most of the time it just says 0. So I'm screwed open. I hope it's just very dirty inside, or that the capacitor is blown or something. If it's not obvious, I bring it to an electrician. If he says junk it, then I junk it. They're not that expensive. They are like maybe $100. This was my first one, like when I started to learn to weld. And I didn't want to really spend big money on it. And it actually does everything I need from it. So. Wow. They say value engineering, but I think you don't need 25 screws or something. Just to hold the box. Some stuff came out. I think nothing. Maybe I can slide this out, that I don't need to open the front. So it is dirty, but not that dirty. If you ever wondered how it looked inside, there's a bunch of stuff. Let me get you closer. I don't like to throw away stuff. But problem with this thing is I just don't have the slightest clue how to fix it now, because it's not something obvious. I don't see any of the caps broken or like bigger than usual. So I turned off the camera. I thought I will blow it one time through, and it's working. This is quite dangerous, but we'll see. Let me try to get to 0. Okay, I did not put the button properly back on. But I now have 320 till 20. Even though like 20 is actually the minimum, makes sense. So it seems to work. I am so good with electronics. So the project continues. So I prepared everything for welding. I tack it in place. And then off camera I will weld the other frame and clean up all the welds, etc. And I will get back to you when I'm gonna put in the wood. I think that's the point where it becomes interesting again. And maybe I was too harsh on the Power Mat brand. Like for 90 euros that thing is surviving for 5 years and I used it so much. And this thing is not breaking. So actually I think for what I paid for it's incredible. I'm quite an idiot. I welded the hinges 90 degrees wrong. Why? At least this didn't stick. Oh, why? Okay, attempt number 2. So I put the planks on top of the 2 frames. This is pine that was from a tree that's roughly 70 years old. And I'm now gonna cut off some weight because it was just terrible to carry one plank. And after that I'm gonna weld the attachments. Like I put them here so I know roughly where I put the 2 attachments. I will show you, be right back. So I made a bunch of those just simple connections and then I welded to it. I need 2 per plank, so something like this. So if the plank is wider, then I need to put them farther from each other, and if I do only one, it's probably a bit too weak. So I'm gonna leave like roughly 20 centimeters because I'm gonna put it through the planer, and I often have a snipe at the end of the plank. So yeah, that should avoid it. So I marked every plank, and here you can see. So I know roughly where the plank is, and then I weld here two of those connections, and that's 32 times. So I think that will be a time lapse. One is done, then the second one I'm gonna weld it off camera, and I only need to weld here like a like this, because I don't want a gap between them. Like, you need a gap for the gates to move, of course, but I don't want that to be visible, so I make here like a cover of like a centimeter, but I don't have it, so I'm not doing that today. Then I will wash it in acid off camera, and then I will paint it off camera, and I will get back to you when I'm gonna make those planks pretty. One of my nicer welds. It's just when the steel's thicker, I'm not so afraid of burn through. Like still here, like I went a bit too fast. And this one isn't great. I got anxiety to go to the end, and I started to rush. So yeah, then you get especially this and this one. and this was just a mistake, I guess. So this is at 110 amps, 4 blocks of arc force, 2.5mm rods. The electrodes are 6013, and I'm welding steel of half a centimeter thick, connecting to 2mm thick. The video is getting quite long, so I'm gonna put the turbo mode on. Hold your seat. Good luck. consider the project finished. I cut the pieces in on length, and like I tried to make them flow into the other one. It's not super obvious, but you can see here that this is ending there, and in the first plank you see the brown stripe, the horizontal stripe going through. And from the sideways you can see it quite well that it's actually one plank. So yeah, that's nice. I numbered them just because if I install it later it will be quite a complex puzzle, because it's only 8 pieces but they have 2 sides, so that's 16 pieces, and every plank is from the same tree, so they look like each other. For example, this is also here but then flipped on the other side, so yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Finished. I will paint it after installation. This is just the primer, and you will see the gate hanging in future videos, because I'm for sure gonna drive by like a million times. So yeah, so thanks for watching. If you really went to the end, because this is gonna be a long video, I think it's gonna be at least an hour, maybe 1.5. So yeah, thanks for watching, subscribe, like, etc.